What really happens when an older person lives alone with no one checking in? And how can they stay safe? Not just the loneliness, but the quiet risks that build up when no one is there to notice. A slip in the kitchen, a phone that never rings. It's a hard truth that many seniors face as they grow older, sometimes outliving their friends, their spouses, or even their children's availability. But here's the thing: most people get wrong. Living alone doesn't automatically mean living unsafely. In fact, some of the most independent, sharp, and emotionally strong older adults are those who've learned how to make their home, and habits work for them, not against them. This video is for those of you who either live alone now or are preparing for that possibility. Maybe you're in your 60s, 70s, or 80s, and you've started to realize that relying on others might not always be an option. Or maybe you're someone who still feels strong and capable, but you just want to make sure you're set up smartly for what's ahead. Today, we'll go over 5 specific things that heart surgeons, geriatric experts, and real-life seniors consistently do to stay safe, steady, and supported while living solo. Each one of these tips can make a major difference, not just in how long you live, but in how well you live. So if you've ever felt unsure about what the future holds or how to make sure you'll be okay when no one else is around, this is for you. Let's get into it. Number 1. A daily check-in routine. One of the first things that separates safe, independent seniors from those who struggle is a simple habit: having a reliable daily check-in routine. It's not about giving up your independence. It's about quietly building a safety net that works in the background. Many older adults live alone and want to preserve their privacy. But what happens if you fall or get dizzy or just forget to take your medication one morning? Without some kind of check-in, a small issue can become a serious urgency. Now, this doesn't mean you need someone to come by your house every day. A short phone call, a quick message, or even a visual signal, like opening a curtain at a specific time, can let someone know you're up and active. Some communities even set up buddy systems where neighbors just glance at each other's windows or flags each morning. It takes less than 30 seconds, but it can mean everything. Let me tell you about Harold, an 82-year-old retired school principal who still lives in the same home he's been in for 40 years. He's sharp, strong, and proud, but he also knows that living alone comes with risks. Every morning by 9 a.m., he sends a simple good morning text to his niece. If she doesn't hear from him by 10 a.m., she gives him a call. They rarely need to do anything more, but just knowing someone will check in keeps Harold and his family at ease. There are even services and apps today designed just for this purpose. Some alert a contact if you don't log in or press a button at your usual time. Others pair you with volunteers who check in by phone daily. It's not about overmanaging your life. It's about creating a rhythm that quietly supports your safety without taking anything away from your dignity. This small act, setting up a check-in routine, is something anyone can do. It doesn't matter if you're in your 60s, 70s, or even late 80s. And it's not a sign of weakness. It's a sign of wisdom. Because the truth is, strong people don't avoid backup plans. They make sure they have them. Number 2, fall roofing your space. Most serious injuries among older adults don't happen outside. They happen right at home. And more often than not, it's not because someone is frail. It's because the space hasn't been updated to match how their body is changed. Your home may be full of memories, but it might also be full of hidden hazards. Rugs that slide, cords that tangle near your feet, chairs that are just a little too low, or light switches that make you stretch and strain. These small things don't seem dangerous until the moment they are. Take Carol, a 77-year-old woman who used to host church gatherings in her cozy living room. She knew the layout like the back of her hand. But one winter evening, she stepped on a throw rug that had curled at the edge. She lost her balance and broke her hip. That one fall cost her 5 months of recovery and ended her ability to drive. And all of it happened in less than 3 seconds. Now, fall-proofing isn't just about adding grab bars in the bathroom. It's about creating a space that moves with you, not against you. That means making sure the lighting is soft but strong enough, that your bed isn't too high or low, that walkways are clear, and that items you use daily, like dishes, towels, medications, are within easy reach, not tucked away in high shelves or deep drawers. One of the most effective things you can do is take a slow walk through your home as if you were guiding a guest who had trouble walking. What would they trip on? What would make them hesitate? That's what you need to fix. Another overlooked detail: the shoes you wear indoors. Many seniors walk around in socks or slippers with no grip. That's like walking on ice. Invest in house shoes with rubber soles. Your feet and your balance will thank you. And don't forget the bathroom. It's the most common place for serious falls. A non-slip mat inside and outside. The tub. A sturdy grab bar near the toilet, and a bath bench for anyone with balance. Concerns can completely change your safety at home. People sometimes think, "I'm still healthy, I don't need all this yet." But fall-proofing isn't something you do after you fall. It's what you do to prevent it from ever happening. If you're still watching this video and finding these insights valuable, please comment number 2 below to let me know you're here. And if you haven't subscribed yet, I recommend you subscribe and turn on the bell so you don't miss any videos. Your support helps us continue creating good content to inform and inspire you. Now let's move forward. Number 3. Regular health check-ins with yourself. One of the most powerful tools you have when living alone is something no one else can give you: your own awareness. But here's the truth most people don't realize. They're slipping until it's already happened. It's not just about scheduling doctor appointments or getting your blood pressure checked once a year. It's about learning to listen to your body and track what feels normal for you and what doesn't. This becomes your early warning system. And when you live alone, it's more important than ever. For example, if you start forgetting words more often, or suddenly feel off balance, or you're sleeping more than usual and still waking up tired, that's your body's way of asking you to pay attention. These tiny signs are like a whisper, but if ignored, they can become a shout. Bill 81 used to be sharp as a tack. He lived alone and did fine until one day he forgot to turn the stove off. Then it happened again. Then he left the keys in the freezer. It wasn't until his neighbor noticed the smell of burnt food one evening that someone realized something was wrong. By the time he got help, he'd already slipped into early-stage dementia. A weekly journal or checklist, one where you write how you're feeling physically, mentally, emotionally, could have caught it much earlier. Another area to monitor is your appetite and weight. If you're skipping meals or losing weight without meaning to, that can be a sign of underlying illness or even depression. And because no one else is there daily to notice the changes, it's on you to spot the patterns. Try setting up a simple routine. Every Sunday morning, sit down with a cup of coffee and go through 5 questions. Did I sleep well this week? Did I eat regularly and feel full? Did I have enough energy to do daily tasks? Did anything feel off physically? Pain, dizziness, swelling? Did I feel unusually down or anxious? If any of those answers give you pause, it might be time to talk to your doctor or someone you trust. This habit isn't just about catching illness early. It builds confidence. You feel more in control. You start to trust your instincts. And that's something no nurse, no child, no caretaker can replace. Living alone doesn't mean being unaware. It means being in tune. That's what keeps you safe. That's what gives you power. Number 4. Safe and reachable home design. A lot of people think that living alone as an older adult becomes dangerous because of big dramatic events, a fire, a robbery, a sudden illness. But what causes the most harm more often than not are the little things. A misplaced rug, a drawer that's too high, a slippery floor tile. These things don't just make life harder, They silently chip away at your safety and independence. What makes this especially tricky is that over time you stop noticing the small inconveniences. That hallway light that flickers, you get used to it. That one step that always cacks or tilts slightly. You learn to adjust your gait. But the problem is your body doesn't always adjust as quickly as your mind does. Let me tell you about Linda. She was 76, lived alone, and prided herself on keeping a tidy house. But she hadn't updated anything in years. One morning she got up to make coffee. Her slippers had no grip, and the corner of a throw rug flipped up just enough to catch her toe. She fell hard. No one found her for hours. That rug, something she saw and walked over every single day, nearly cost her her hip and her eye, independence. So what can you do? First, simplify. Look around your home with fresh eyes like a visitor. Are there cords stretched across walkways? Too much furniture in tight spots? Mats or carpets that slide easily? These should all go. Your space doesn't need to be bare, but it should never be tricky to move through, even when you're tired or not feeling your best. Second, lower and lighten what you use most. If you're reaching over your head daily to get a bowl or stepping onto a chair to grab a towel, that's a red flag. Shift daily used items down to waist your shoulder level. Consider lightweight dishes, easy open containers, and soft closed drawers that don't jam or stick. Third, get the right lighting. As we age, our eyes don't adjust to darkness as quickly. Install motion sensor nightlights in your hallway, bathroom, and kitchen. And make sure every stairway, no matter how short, is well lit from top to bottom. Fourth, think about reachability. Phones should be in more than one room. Emergency buttons or devices like a smartwatch or fall alert can be literal lifesavers. It's not weakness, it's wisdom. Last, make your bathroom as safe as possible. That means grab bars, non-slip mats, and a sturdy seat in the shower. These changes may not feel glamorous, but they protect your dignity. They let you stay independent. If you're still watching this video and finding these insights valuable, please comment number 4 below to let me know you're here. And if you haven't subscribed yet, I recommend you subscribe and turn on the bell so you don't miss any videos. Your support helps us continue creating good content to inform and inspire you. Now let's move forward. Number 5. Strong emotional and social anchors. Being alone doesn't always mean being lonely. But when you're older and living by yourself, emotional isolation can sneak in slowly and settle deeply. It's not always about not having people around. It's about not feeling seen, not feeling needed, and not feeling connected. One of the biggest dangers of growing older alone is losing your sense of purpose. You might go from a life filled with responsibilities, jobs, raising kids, community roles, to quiet days with long silences and no one to check in on you. And while some solitude is peaceful, too much of it can lead to emotional numbness, depression, or even memory problems. I remember a man named Gerald, 82, who lived alone after his wife passed. He still cooked, walked to the park, even did his own shopping, but inside, he felt invisible. He told me once, "I could disappear for a week and nobody would know." That sentence stuck with me, because for many older folks, that's not just a feeling, it's the truth. The good news is emotional and social anchors can be rebuilt. And no, it's not about suddenly becoming an extrovert or joining every club in town. It's about finding small, meaningful threads to keep you woven into the world. Start with regular check-ins. Whether it's a weekly phone call with a niece or a daily chat with a neighbor, put these into your routine like a vitamin. They don't have to be deep or long, just consistent. Consider volunteering even from home. Reading stories to kids over video chat, knitting for local shelters, or helping answer community questions online. Feeling useful is a powerful medicine. If mobility is an issue, explore online communities. There are entire forums, Facebook groups, and Zoom meetups for everything from classic movies to gardening tips. And yes, many are tailored to older adults. Another often overlooked solution: having a pet. For many older people, a calm dog or cat brings comfort, routine, and even reasons to stay active. Studies show that even watching fish swim in a tank can reduce blood pressure and ease anxiety. Lastly, get to know your local senior center or community programs. Many offer rides, social events, and meal deliveries. And often the biggest gift is the human contact that comes with them. You don't have to show up smiling and talkative every day. Just being there opens the door to connection. Loneliness isn't just a feeling. It's a health risk. But the remedy doesn't always require more people. It starts with more connection, more consistency, and more small ways to feel seen. Let me know when you're ready for the next part. Number 6. Emergency-ready mindset and systems. When you're living alone as an older adult, it's not just about daily comfort. It's about being ready when something goes wrong. A slip in the bathroom, a sudden chest pain, a power outage in the middle of winter. What separates a small scare from a life-threatening crisis often comes down to one thing: preparation. Older folks who live safely alone tend to have what I call an emergency-ready mindset. It doesn't mean living in fear. It means thinking ahead, staying a step ahead, and building little safety nets around your life so that help is never too far away. Let's start with the basics. A simple fall can have devastating consequences. Broken hips, head injuries, hours, or even days without help. That's why fall prevention is everything. Non-slip mats in the bathroom, grab bars near the toilet and shower, well-lit hallways, furniture placed with walking paths in mind. These might sound like small things, but they could be the difference between walking freely and lying helpless for hours. Next, medical alert systems. This is something too many people delay, thinking, "I don't need that yet." But these devices have come a long way. Some look like watches. Some detect falls automatically, even if you can't press a button. And the truth is, having one doesn't mean you're fragile. It means you're wise enough to plan for surprises. Another key part is having a list of emergency contacts printed, not just on your phone. Names, numbers, medications, allergies, your primary doctor. Keep a copy on your fridge. Emergency responders look there first. It could speak for you when you can't. Then there's food and water. Every home should have a few days' supply of non-perishable food and bottled water. Not for doomsday, but for that snowstorm or if you're too sick to go out. Add a small flashlight, batteries, a backup phone charger, and you've got the makings of a simple emergency kit. But the most powerful tool you have: a trusted neighbor. One person you can call, one person who can check on you. You don't need to become best friends. You just need a simple agreement. If you don't see me for a couple of days, knock. Or can we check in once a week just in case? And lastly, mindset. That calm voice inside you that says, "I've thought about this. I've prepared." That alone can give you peace of mind and sharpen your thinking if something ever does go wrong. Living alone after 70 doesn't have to mean living at risk. A little forethought can build a world of safety. If you're still watching this video and finding these insights valuable, please comment number 6 below to let me know you're here. And if you haven't subscribed yet, I recommend you subscribe Elderly Wisdom Insight and turn on the bell so you don't miss any videos. Your support helps us continue creating good content to inform and inspire you. Now, let's move forward. Final thought. Yes. So what really happens if an older person has no one to care for them? It depends. It can be frightening or it can be empowering. The difference often lies in the quiet choices we make every day. Living alone doesn't mean being alone. It means having the chance to take control of your space, your health, and your time. With the right habits like staying socially connected, keeping your body strong, making your home safer, preparing meals that nourish you, and having systems in place for emergencies. You can create a life that's not just manageable, but deeply satisfying. Remember, it's not about avoiding every risk. It's about living wisely with the strength you already have and using it to build a life that reflects who you are, independent, capable, and deserving of peace and dignity. You've lived through so much. You've solved problems, survived challenges, and adapted to changes. That same strength still lives in you now. If anything, it's even stronger. Thank you for joining us today. We'd love to hear from you. Leave a comment below and share one thing you learned today and how you plan to use it in your life. Your thoughts are important to us, so don't hesitate to share them. Reading your comments gives us great motivation and encouragement. If you enjoyed this video and found it helpful, please like, subscribe, Elderly Wisdom Insight, and share. Your support helps us continue creating good content to inform and inspire you. Thanks for watching, and we look forward to seeing you in the next video.